Welcome, everyone. Kay is about to introduce someone who looks exactly like me.
OMG. Hi, everyone.
Woo.
Guys, if you haven't donated yet, this would be a great time to donate. The info is on the page. You can memo it. Family, friends. Oh, a lot of people are asking about this song. Hi, Rainer. Hi, Lucas. Hi, Elliot. Hi, Tessa.
Yeah, Cynthia, it's so true. Your donation is to cover the charge to get into this club.
Pretty much. Club Family Friends is where it's at tonight.
This is the club. Oh my God, hi, Atticus. Yeah, shout out Michelle, the band. Chill. Thanks, Allie.
So everyone is here. Hey.
Yeah, if no one's here, you have to tell them to come because everyone is here.
So all the people here are the panelists or the performers?
Yeah.
We can't see the other folks in the room? Okay.
All the audience.
Wait, Ann, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna cancel out my phone.
Perfect.
Cynthia, you can go longer than 5.
Okay. So are we gonna get a light or no? We're just okay. Wave your arms if I start going a little too over. If I go over. I doubt it. But,
Sometimes I think sitting on trains. Every step I get to, I'm clocking that game. Everyone's a winner, we're making our fame. Bonafide hustler, making my name. Sometimes I think sitting on trains. Every step I get to, I'm clocking that game. Everyone's a winner, we're making our fame. Bonafide hustler, making my name.
Oh my god, guys, there's 75 people here. That's so exciting. There's a dance if someone's talking to. There you go down.
High skulls and bones, sticks and stones and weed and bombs, running when we hit lethal poison for the system. High skulls and bones, sticks and stones and weed and bombs, running when we hit lethal poison for the system. No one on the corner has swagger like us. Hit me on my banner, prepaid wireless. We pack and deliver like UPS trucks. Already going hell, just pumping that gas. No one on the corner has swagger like us. Hit me on my banner, prepaid wireless. We pack and deliver like UPS trucks. Already going hell, just pumping that gas. MIA, third world democracy. Yeah, I got more records than the KGB. So, no funny business. You already are.
Hello, everyone.
Well, hello, everyone.
Oh, hello, everyone. Wait, my laptop just unplugged. Okay, sorry.
Wow. Well, I guess welcome to Family and Friends. Isn't that crazy?
Woo! Yeah, welcome everyone. We're so excited to have you all here. And we're just about to get started. So everyone rush to the bathroom. Do a little pee or whatever you want to do. Because we're about to get into it. And just a reminder again, donate if you haven't. We'd love to raise as much money as possible. Safe Walks has been super cool and cooperative about this, and we love them. So we want them to have money.
Yes, absolutely. And if you put the little family friends in the 4-line of your Venmo or Cash App, Safe Walks will be able to tell us how much we raised, which would be very cool because numbers are like very fun in a way.
They're so fun.
Well, should we introduce ourselves? I'm Anne.
Yes, Anne.
Hi.
And oh my God. And I'm Emma. Hi, everyone. And we're your hosts for tonight. Thank you all so much for coming. Me and Anne planned this show because we felt like we wanted a space for like people to talk to each other and for Asian people to talk to each other and listen to each other. And we're so excited that this actually happened, because it's kind of like a dream, who we ended up getting, like so many cool people.
Yeah, we have the most amazing lineup. But before we get into all the comedy, Emma, do you want to just tell everyone a little bit about Safe Walks and the organization we're raising?
Yes, of course. So I've been flashing some things on the screen, but Safe Walks is a organization that provides walks primarily to the subways, being different subways in different neighborhoods, but that was started because of a period of assaults that were happening on the Morgan L train, and it was started by I believe like Safe Riders NYC, which is a biking and social justice group. And they've just kept expanding because there's been such a need recently. You can look on the screen for all for people to feel safe while walking, obviously. And they make clear that they're not a vigilante group. They are not a like neighborhood watch. They're run by people in the community and they're run by people of color. And they recently just expanded to Chinatown, Harlem 125th Street, and are trying to do an app. And so if you love this show and you really love Safe Walks and you think that they're awesome, you should also give to their GoFundMe. We'll show it a couple times. But yeah, so that's what this whole night's about. So please donate money. Every time you donate, if you say I donate in the chat, we'll give you kisses. We'll pay you in kisses.
Yes. And keep an eye out for our friend Rosa, who is going to drop donation info and all sorts of important little pieces of information, social media, stuff to follow throughout the show. So you can, keep an eye on everyone who's performing today.
Yes. And without any further ado, let's start Family Friends with Emma and Anne. Woo! So first of all, we wanted to do a quick plug for a great writer who couldn't be with us tonight, but his name is Hua Su, as you can see, and he wrote this really great article. He's a staff writer for the New Yorker magazine, and he gave us a short video to give us some well wishes for tonight, and so we're gonna play that really quickly.
It's a little intellectual cameo for you guys.
Yeah. We paid him $30 to do this.
Yeah, through the app.
Hi, I'm Hua Su. I'm a professor at Vassar College, also a staff writer at the New Yorker. It's an honor to be here. I was invited by my prize pupil, Karina, who will be one of the performers later tonight, and also Emma and Anne, the hosts of this fundraiser. I have nothing comedic to contribute other than this really ill-advised haircut I gave myself. Trust that I don't normally look like this, but this and the combination of bedhead, it's actually very hard to look at myself on the screen right now, so I'm gonna tilt the camera down. It's really fantastic what you're doing tonight. I'm quite old, so I'll probably be asleep at this point, but hopefully there's video or something that I can sort of enjoy the comedic stylings of everyone later on. But it's really cool to be a part of this, to be invited to say something up top or in the middle whenever you plan to play this. This is a benefit for Safe Walks, a really important sort of organization, but also just an idea that in order to kind of move into the future thoughtfully and meaningfully, it begins with us sort of protecting one another, looking out for one another. A lot of the writing I do in the New Yorker, a lot of the teaching I do is really meant to bring moments of the past into conversation with the present. And the general idea that I think I'm always interested in is just reminding readers, reminding students that, we're not alone, that people have been in our positions in the past and have done meaningful, thoughtful, progressive things, and that it's up to us to kind of learn from those traditions and to move forward. Sometimes those in the past lacked the imagination or the sort of impetus to do the things that we ourselves are forced to do now, and that's okay as well. But that we're part of a lineage, that you shouldn't feel alone, that we aren't alone, and that we have always sort of been part of a broader struggle. So hopefully that resonates. A lot of my work is on sort of the history of Asian American culture and political expression, and comedy is honestly one of the things that has been pretty lacking, I would say, in sort of the history of Asian American cultural expression. So it's really cool that all of you are taking this up and no doubt improving on the comedy what passed for comedy when I was a college student about 22 years ago, which was just sort of jokes about, I don't even remember. That's the impression left on me. Anyhow, I'm gonna stop now because I'm getting very uncomfortable and I need to go shave off the rest of my hair. But good luck tonight. Really heartened by the work you're doing, and yeah, have a good night.
Yay. Did you hear that?
Hmm?
Coming to the show is a political act.
Yeah, literally. A professor said it, so it must be true. But also the article that was mentioned and screenshotted, Rosa just sent it. So if anyone wants to save it for some later reading, we can send it again. We will send it again. So you guys might be wondering, why is this show called Family Friends?
Yeah, and Asian people aren't the only people with family friends, but I do think it's true that Asians have a lot of family friends.
Yeah.
And so you might be wondering, like, what is a family friend, right? Let's nail some definitions down here. Basically, a family friend is anyone your mom has met one time.
Exactly. Like literally once. They don't have to be a member of your family or even really a friend. They could be an enemy, in fact.
Yeah, they could be an enemy. If you go to dinner with someone one time, they're your family friend now. Congratulations.
Yeah. If someone has stayed in your mom's house for 3 weeks when she was 18, that is now a family friend. Congratulations.
Yeah. Basically, if your homelands are colonized by the same country, you're family friends. Yeah.
And if someone was held by your grandma when they were a baby, that's a family friend. And that might just be your cousin, actually, your blood cousin.
Yeah.
Totally.
It doesn't really have to be a mutual relationship. Family friends can be sort of a one-sided thing. So, like, for example, we didn't really ask any of the performers tonight about this, but we are making the claim that all of them are our family friends tonight. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll tell you how they're related to us in this very show.
Yeah. So next up, we just wanted to bring to attention some disturbing things that we've been seeing on Twitter.
Yeah.
First example is this.
We found this on Twitter. It says something very bold, and very few are saying this these days, which is Asians are human.
Yeah, kind of revolutionary, if you will. And pointed out to me, like, the kind of impact meme font that's being utilized too is super important to, like, the design.
Yeah. This is really good for convincing people who previously didn't know if Asians are human, because, like, you read it the first time, you're like, oh, I don't know. And they see, 6 more times right on the top and the bottom. Oh.
Yes. Yeah, they have in dark letters, and then they have in light letters, and then they have it kind of echoing between them also.
Yeah, exactly. But, the only weird graphic we saw recently, right, Emma?
Yeah, there was another one. This was one too. And there's obviously a couple issues with it, right? There's one or two. My main problem is the color.
It's on like a millennial pink, coral, like a light blue.
Yeah, anything. But khaki, I don't know. It just doesn't seem for a meme, for like a hashtag. It doesn't pop, right?
No, it's a bad campaign. It also sort of raises the question: did anyone ask?
Yeah, it's like, you're like, I wouldn't hit your grandma. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. Thank you.
So both of these graphics sort of made us realize, wow, like, white people responding to Asian racism need some guidance. They need some rules.
So we made a couple rules for this show in particular right now.
Mm-hmm.
So some do's and don'ts for white people tonight. Obviously, guidance is needed. So first of all, do laugh at all of our jokes, which is supporting Asian artists, obviously.
Yes. But crucially, basically, do not laugh that hard at all of them, because not all of them are for you, and we'll be watching.
Yeah, we actually can see you. And we will be taking notes. That's what Rosa is there for.
Screenshotting.
you do donate a couple dollars to Safe Walks NYC every time you laugh. Oh my God, it laughs all night. So you better get your wallet out. And then we have a couple more do's and don'ts actually, because we just started like having so many ideas and we were like, we need to tell people.
Yeah. So these are just in general do's and don'ts for just like interacting with us, basically.
Yeah, of course. So first of all, do not mention the backpacking trip to Southeast Asia that COVID has canceled. Because in fact, no one here wants to hear about it, but also like no one anywhere else also wants to hear about it.
Why are you bragging about carrying all your stuff on your back? That's labor. What you're doing is labor. It's not fun.
It's labor and it's lame.
Yeah. If you can speak Chinese, regardless of whether or not you're white or Asian, do keep that to yourself, because I can't and my mom will find out and she'll like tell me when we're in the kitchen, like when we're cooking next to each other, she'll be like, oh, did you know? And it's really hard. It's really hard.
Do think about every time you said something accidentally racist as a child. I know I will be, and you all should too. Really reflect.
Do not mention climate change around us unless you're presenting a solution. I know climate change every single day. I literally wake up thinking about climate change. I go to bed thinking about climate change. The more you say it, the more you're contributing to my stress as an Asian American woman.
And it's like white people are not the only people who know about climate change. I hope you know this. We all know about climate change.
We do.
Really shoving it down our throats. Do not ask me about what every sauce at every Asian restaurant that we go to is, because sometimes I don't know what the sauce is and then I get embarrassed that you asked me and now I'm mad at you because you asked me that question. Really limiting position to be in and embarrassing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like you don't need to know what the sauce is, you just need to know the color. Okay, brown is good, red is spicy. Like those are just the two rules.
Yeah, please stop asking me about sauce. Oh my God.
And finally, do not say stuff like, oh, this coat, it was my dad's from the 80s. That is very racially coded. My dad had only arrived in America in the 80s. So I didn't have access to the same coats that you do.
Yeah, pretty fucked up.
Well, yeah, that's really messed up.
Super messed
Well,
up.
okay. Well, that was just our rules. Please keep those in mind throughout the night. But, we're going to take a little break to give you a chance to donate to Safe Walks. But first up, we have the most amazing performer. They are my co-host and relative either by blood or energy, based in New York City. Everyone give it up for Emma Callahan. Woo!
Ooh, oh my God. Hi, everyone. I'm very excited and nervous to be here, but this show is like so important to me and I'm so happy that everyone came and that everyone came to watch it. And I feel like it's been really hard over COVID to not just be able to like get with people and talk and listen to each other. And that is really the reason that I wanted to have this show. Not so much talking, but listening. We're not in the same room, but we're here, right? So I've been thinking a lot about my whiteness recently because I'm not white, but then I'm also white. And my white grandpa, he died last summer. And that was pretty weird. Like, I mean, loss is always weird, right? But I think we never had a funeral because of COVID. And it was even weirder because I kind of found out recently that he left me this letter. And it was like crazy because like we did not have a close personal relationship at all. He's like a conservative, like Irish Catholic man from Connecticut. But he wrote me this letter and I want to read it to you guys because I think that's like really interesting. And I want this to like be a space where we can like all be vulnerable with each other. So I'm going to read it. Okay. Dear Emma. Oh my God. Hey, bitch. As you know by now, family is not easy. But OMG, you seem so cool. Sorry we never got a chance to talk. Love, Grandpa. And honestly, like I think that's kind of sweet of him. Like just a little bit like sweet of him. I live with my mom's mom in the first grade, who's my Lola, and we lived in the suburbs around a lot of white people. And I didn't realize I was like Asian for a while, or I kind of thought everyone was Asian. Like I went to my white friend's house, a young white girl. And I was like walking around her house and I was like, something's amiss, right? But I wasn't exactly sure what it was. And then we walked through her kitchen and her dining room and I was like, wait a second, backpedal. Okay. There are no old Filipino people who sit here all day. Are you kidding me? And this is insane. I was like, are you okay? I was like, is this fine? Like, how are you handling that? And I don't know, I guess I kind of just thought everyone I met was like Wasian or like everyone I met was like Filipino because I didn't really know there were any other Asian people besides Filipino people. And this is like a time in my life where I first like really started to have memories, right? And I really started to like have any thoughts about race. And I have this one really specific memory of my great grandma, my nanai, who she would watch me after school and I would sit on the couch and my head would be on her lap and she would like, I would be watching TV and she would always do this thing that was like this. And she would just keep doing that, just stroking my nose like again and again and again. And I was always like, what is that? Like, why is she doing that? And I never thought to ask until one day I did. And I was like, Nanai, why do you do that? Like, what is that? And she doesn't really speak English and I don't really speak Tagalog. And so she was like, I want you to have like a nose arc. And I was like, a nose arc. And she was like, I want you to have like a nose bridge. And I was like, a nose bridge? I don't know what that is. And then she was like, oh, I want you to have a nose like a white person. Oh my God, a nose like a white person. Yeah, and that was just kind of weird to hear at the time because I feel like it made me realize this like person who I thought was like the coolest, like best person in the whole world, just like Eve in the garden, like perfect woman. Like maybe she didn't really think that she was like as perfect as I thought she was because she didn't have a white person's nose because she's not a white person. And I like looked up at her, this woman who's like my second, you know, like my second grandma or my second mom. And I look up at her and I'm just like, don't you think that's a little bit problematic of you to say, Nana? Wait, what? And I was like, no, wait, like that's fucked up. Wait, no, that's like so fucked up. Are you nuts? Like, are you psycho? Like, what's happening? And she was like, wait, why are you like throwing these labels at me? And I was like, oh my God, if anyone else heard you say that, you would be canceled. Like you would be beyond canceled. Name off the list, canceled. Oh my God, disgusting woman. You never listen. And she was like, oh my God. Emma, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was like, yes, thank you. Like, I'm trying to help you. Are you stupid? And she was like, oh my God, Emma, I love you. Come here, my white grandchild. And I was like, oh my God, I love you so much, Nanai. Thank you guys so much. I'm Emma. Remember to donate. Look at Mr. Allen behind me. And remember to donate to all these places. And next up, I'm super enthralled and excited to announce someone who, you know, he kind of has uncle energy in the way that an uncle is someone who could sit near your house and you pass them all the time, like on a stoop every day, and then eventually you like develop a rapport, and then eventually like he meets your kids, and then you're like, that's kind of cute. He also runs a Zoom show every Friday called Crazy Funny Asians. You can follow him at Comedy Hot on Instagram, will be plugged below, and also see his writing in the Lunar Times. Everyone, please welcome Cage.
All right. Thank you so much for that intro. I'm an uncle. That's cool. Now, I was wondering when I was going to fall off that aging cliff when we start aging rapidly, and I think I just hit it right there. Cool. This is cool, friends. There is a lot of racism towards Asians right now, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off my camera. Nah, I can't do that. I can't rob you of my dope-ass background. Look at this. This is fantastic. So like Evan said, I run a show called Crazy Funny Asians. It's on Zoom every Friday. I'll drop the link here in the chat. It's features all Asian lineups. It's kind of like this show, except that we keep the money. About it. Look, man, we're not getting another stimulus, so got to get us income somewhere. Yeah, there's a lot of racism towards us. I'm surprised that it's still a stereotype that we have COVID. Like, dude, I'm not gonna give you COVID because I'm Asian. I'm gonna give you COVID because I'm American. We got it. All right, y'all. We got it. And our hashtag is Stop Asian Hate, which I don't know if it's really caught on yet because I haven't seen the hashtag Stop All Hate. You know? Once it gets co-opted, then that's when you know it's effective. But I'm actually going to do the opposite for my set tonight. Here are all the things that I hate about Asians. One, I hate how we treat animals, especially exotic animals like shark fin soup. That's gross. We cut off the shark fin, then discard the rest of the shark like as members of Destiny's Child. There's a lot of young people in the audience. I know. Let me explain. You see, Beyonce used to sing with two of her summer interns. They were called Destiny's Child. I hate it because it's only with exotic animals. We're not a wasteful people. Like, we'll eat every single part of a chicken, but a shark, we just throw it back into the ocean. It's gross. You go to an old Asian person's house, it's covered in ivory statues. Gross. I'm like, hey, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You know, the one whose carcass you're using for decoration. Okay. It's gross. The only time that you should ever see ivory is next to the word ebony in a description for interracial porn. Some of y'all a little nervous to laugh at that joke because then we'll know what you jack off to. All right. And the most good segue is that I hate how racist we are. We're real racist towards Black people. We're racist towards brown people. And we are especially racist towards other Asians. No group hates each other more than Asians. I mean, besides Americans. Actually, the only group that we're not racist to is white people. We love white people so much. We love white people more than white people love film festivals. Damn, they love film festivals. And by the way, I am not saying that we should start being racist towards white people. What we should start doing is having a three-way with a Puerto Rican. I don't know. And if you are a attractive Puerto Rican, just follow me on Instagram and let's end racism together, y'all. Right. Here's the last thing that I hate about Asians so much is that I hate how inactive we are. I felt like we didn't care about racism until it started happening to us. We're like that dude who took a bunch of edibles and is like, I don't feel anything yet. You will. We got a lot to learn from Black people because Black people have been dealing with racism since forever. Black people are like the friend. They're like the friend that's experienced taking edibles, right? They got a full stack of Pringles already. They got Shark Week already on the TV. Asian people are like, you know what? I don't feel it yet. Maybe I should take another one. And then the next thing you know, you're meowing at your toaster oven and paranoid about a library fee since 2007. I took an edible about 30 minutes ago. We'll see if I make it through this set. All right. I know this set has felt kind of lecture-y and whatnot, so I'm actually going to close it. I'm going to hand my time off to a very special guest comedian. Please make it very loud for my best friend, Dog Chappelle, everybody. Dog Chappelle.
Aw.
Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
I can't hear you.
Good.
Good.
Like, of course I can hear you. My hearing is 4 times better than yours. I'm a dog. So, dating sure is rough. My ex-girlfriend sure was a bitch. Because she's a dog, people. Don't tighten up on me. So now I'm on Tinder, and I swipe left, then I swipe right, then I swipe left, then I swipe right. That's because I swipe with my tail. Stop being fussy. Okay. One time, my Uber driver ran over a cat. So 5 stars. Oh man, I'm bombing up here. That's okay, because I'm used to eating shit. All right. Thanks, that's give it up for Dog Chappelle, everybody. That's been my time.
Woo!
Thank you so much, Kay. Everyone, you can follow Kay at Comedy Mayha on Instagram. You can also find his writing at The Lunar Times at thelunartimesblog.com. And Kay dropped the link to his show, so be sure to check that out for more funny Asian comedians. All right, well, next up we have an amazing writer, comedian, and musician based in New York. We have personally never met in real life, but he's an amazing cousin to me and everyone else who is also his cousin. Everyone give it up for Ryan Shaw.
Ryan.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. This is cool. Thank you so much for having me, Emma. And what's good, Dylan? For some reason, Dylan's the only person I can see in like the gallery view. I don't really know why.
Oh my god, oh no.
But, it did, actually this isn't part of my, I just thought about this. This is reminding me a story of Dylan. Dylan's like the nicest person ever. Like he's so kind. And I can tell you that for a fact because I remember one time I did a set at the Creek in the Cave. And RIP. And Dylan, it was like the whole thing was like, there was a person, you would go to your open mic and then there was a person there like roasting you, like there would be a person roasting you while you did your set. And then Dylan would play piano like in the background, like this, I think it was like 2 years ago or something. And like this dude like straight, like he fucking roasted me. So like, I was just like, goddamn, like I'm fucking terrible or whatever. He was like ripping into me or whatever. And I just did the set and I left or whatever. And then I remember like a couple months later, like a good amount of time has passed. Like I saw Dylan at a party and I was like, oh my God, hey, like, do you remember that one set? And like, he actually did. And he was like, oh, like, and the nicest thing is like, he was like, oh, like you didn't suck. Like, I remember him saying, like, like, you know what I wanted from you to say to me and you said it. And I appreciate that. Thank you. I needed that. So
No, I remember the particular guy who roasted you and I really don't hate that guy. So also
that guy was so fucking mean. I don't know. But shout out Dylan. I'm gonna do my set to you because for some reason I have this for myself because I need something for stability. So here we go. Hey guys, what's going on? How are we doing today? Hi.
Woo!
Thank you so much for having me again. My name is Ryan Shaw. A little bit about me. I used to be a baby model, you know, because my parents are like bad people. No, it's cool. Like I grew up in LA. That's why I sound like this. Oh, I'm sorry. my parents used to enter me into these like baby modeling contests. And like, it was cool. Like you would go into these rooms when you were like 3 years old and like sit in this like little stool. And these old men would judge you to see if you were like sexy enough, you know? And this is true. Like if you look this up on your phone, this is real. I was actually Baby Model of the Year in 1998. So that's like a real thing. It's like a real, I don't know, it's weird. And it's cool because like if you win that competition, you get like $1,000 Baby Gap gift card. And they also offer to let you star in like a Baby Gap commercial. But my mom was like, oh no, like we don't want to look into like child acting. So she like didn't let me do it. And I just realized now I've just been like chasing that high ever since, you know, I just really want to get on, but you know, it's all good. I'm doing this now, living the fucking dream. Here we go. Woo! No, this is cool. This is really cool. I love this stuff. This is fun. I like, you know, I like doing shows about like, you know, like the issues that we all face currently. I think it's interesting though. I do find that like, I feel like white people look towards like people of color a lot as thought leaders for like the racial crisis going on in this country, which is like kind of interesting because like I know personally like I'm dumb as shit, you know. Like, I don't know, like I used to do like whippets all the time, like, you know. It was great, honestly. It was awesome. Like you would get the fucking canister and it was awesome. It was great. And I used to do whippets all the time, and sometimes like people come up to me like, oh my God, like Brian, like what do you think about like the racial crisis going on in this country? And I'm like, oh my God, like, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, like, I genuinely can't tell you, like, I genuinely couldn't tell you. I could teach you how to do a whippet, couldn't give you my true opinions on the racial crisis. I don't really know. It's a hard thing. So yeah, I don't know. At the top of the show, Emma fucking lied to you. I'm not in New York. I wish I was in New York, but I'm not in New York. I'm in California right now. I told her to lie. I'm sorry. And yeah, no, I'm in California right now. I don't have money or a job. I might get one hopefully soon. But I've been hanging out with my hometown friends a lot recently. I have like bad friends. I don't know. It's like bad, like not good. I don't know. Like like the whole saying like, oh, like you should hang out with your day ones, because like they'll keep you humble. Like shout out your day ones. Like shout out your day ones. Like honestly, I feel like your day ones came up with that fucking saying. Like fuck your day ones. Like, who the fuck cares about them? Like I don't know. All keeping you humble means is like we can talk shit to you. Like that's all that means. It's like oh. Humble, we can just say you fucking suck. Like honestly, like I'd rather have fake friends. Like I'd rather have fake friends that like are really nice to me, like comedians. Like I'd rather, like I'd rather just hang out with you. So it was a fun time. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not okay. Honestly, I'm not like fake. I'm not fake. I don't think I'm fake. I think I definitely like I hold my tongue, right? Like I do hold my tongue. Which I think is like a little bit different. I'm an Indian cis man. I value, I value my safety because like white dudes are willing to fight me. Like they're willing to punch me. Like they're down. Like they don't care. And like I was like, all right, like fine. Like I bet I gotta maneuver in here. And like I think my mindset is that like I want nice things because like I went to public school. And like, I don't know, like I'm gonna be honest, like that shit fucking sucks. Like, it's so trash. Like, if you like, I don't know, I grew up around a lot of like white trash type people, to be honest. And like, if you heard the stuff like they would say, you would think they deserve to stay in this town. You wouldn't think they deserve to prosper. You would think they're like, no, I think public school is like the best place for you. I'm gonna be honest. I think you probably should stay here. It's fine. And I don't know. I think like I don't know, like I don't know if this is a toxic mindset, but my mindset is like okay, like if I get invited, right? If I get invited by like a rich upper class person to like a party in like the Hamptons, right? And I get there, and when I'm there, they're like beating up a piñata, and it's like an Indian guy, and he looks like exactly like me or something. I'm gonna be honest with you, like I'm gonna sip my mimosa and shut up. Like I'm gonna do that. Like I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong, but they didn't have to invite me, and that's very nice. That's very nice of them, and we have to take that into account. The discussion when we talk about this type of stuff, like it's cool. It's cool. They got money. Like I'll dry my money. I'll dry my tears with my money. Like it's fine. Whatever. I don't know. I mean, obviously, like okay, like I do believe white privilege is a thing, like it is a real thing, and I know why I believe that. I have like examples, like I know for a fact it's a thing, because one of my hometown friends is in like a fraternity. I'm sorry, but like it is true. They're in a fraternity. They were in a fraternity. They're not in a fraternity anymore. And I remember a couple years ago, I went to his frat house in Ohio, and it was cool. I went to his frat house, and they were throwing like a party, and they were inviting people to the party like in the frat house. And I remember when people walked in, guy or girl, like it didn't really matter. Whenever people walked in, they would be like, "Oh shit, welcome to Titty Town!" Ah! Like they would do that. And I would just be like, "Damn, like I will never have the confidence to do that. Like ever. I'll ever be able to do that. I just feel like that's just not my vibe. I feel like I could probably do like, oh shit, like welcome to letting me oh shit, welcome to thanks for letting me squeeze over your bra town. Like I can do that, you know what I mean? But I couldn't do like welcome to Titty Town. That's too aggressive. Like, oh shit. Yeah, this is cool. I'll do one more and I'll be done. And thank you so much again for having me. Shout out Emma, shout out Anne, gang, and shout out Dylan. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. I recently broke up with my girlfriend, so I've been like swiping a lot. I've been on the apps. Yeah, it's like, actually, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna end my site here. Actually, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Ryan. Oh my God, everyone follow Ryan at Ryan Shut on Instagram. Rosa just dropped it in the chat. And okay, so next up, oh my God, our next two performers. Oh boy. Okay, they both go to Vassar College, so very scholarly. And they're both like very smart and hot, and they're factually next door neighbors. And Karina and I, in fact, used to also be neighbors in Brooklyn. And so basically we're all neighbors. And by that logic, we're also all cousins. And so please welcome my cousins, Zafir and Karina.
Hi, I'm Zafir.
I'm Karina.
And so we're super happy to be here, super excited. We did a lot of thinking about what we want to do with our time. And so we thought that the best way to go about this would be through a PowerPoint presentation, because your eyes can just glaze over and you can dissociate like you do every day in Zoom class. So oops, not that. Every single time. All right, let's get into it. My name is Zafir. I grew up in Bangladesh. This is my first time doing something like this. So I asked Karina for some advice, because she's a vet, and she was just like, just lie. But unfortunately, all of this is true. So anyways, I grew up in Bangladesh. It's a beautiful country, but there's the discourse around this country here is very interesting. This one time I went shopping for clothes with my friends, and they straight up just walked into an H&M. And let's just say we're not really friends anymore. Anyway, so I grew up in this brown society that still worships white people. I also went to this boarding school in the Netherlands on scholarship, which was pretty cool. But recently I found out that this guy was like the founder of my school was also the headmaster of the school that Prince Philip went to. So if you're looking for some Anglophilia, like, please look no further. It's very deeply ingrained within me.
Hi guys. Some background on me. All you need to really understand is that my father is white, like really white, like from Wales white, and my mom's Filipino. I've seen them embrace all of one time. It was when an Asian player on the Tottenham Spurs scored a goal. I don't know why that warranted an embrace, but it was really shocking. So now onto our actual
presentation. We want to make something fun, something educational,
something near to our hearts.
And it's when you're Asian at a liberal arts college.
Thank you. For me, when I first got here, what immediately stood out was I was like, why is everyone best friends with I don't understand this at all. Girls will literally call their mom every day.
I mean, they'll be coming through every other weekend with snacks,
and like edibles from California.
What's all that about?
I mean, my whole childhood, like my mom never once stepped into my room.
Yeah, and I never stepped foot in this country. I mean, I had to learn so much on my own, like how to spot the new colonizers. I realized that they wear these on their heads, and, these as their attire, and these are their hands. Oh my God, wait,
oh my God.
That's so embarrassing. That's just me and some colonizers clothing, but like, you know, like.
No, I know. This is a picture of me at prom. I went alone with my best friend and her boyfriend to my right. When it was just the three of us walking around, it kind of looked like they adopted me.
Liberal arts college, you realize your life is a movie, but really the worst kind, and the tropes you still think are like outdated but still so true. There's one Asian in every friend group. It's really tough out here.
Jewish boyfriends. This is important. One time, I asked one of them if they thought I was pretty, and he was like, "Aw, you look so unique." So that was hurtful. This is Mark Zuckerberg and his Asian wife, who no one knows the name of. Speaking of men that make me uncomfortable, professors lecturing on the Oriental, I like don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's literally where I grew up.
Wait, yeah, literally where Zafir grew up.
Yeah, like being an international student, like there's a lot of crippling self-doubt and indecision, even when I'm like trying to practice self-care. Like when I tried to drop this class once because it was causing me too much stress. I wanted out the name because it's too embarrassing. But then I was like, maybe I shouldn't, so I emailed the registrar. But then I was like, maybe, you know what, maybe I should. So honestly, I really should have just ended this thread with this class. But honestly, it's not super bad here. I feel like I receive a lot of love and support from my friends, especially during these attacks. I received a lot of very supportive messages from my friends on Instagram, like post like messages like this, and they made me feel so good and so grounded and loved, and I just feel so good like after reading these messages.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy day. People had a lot of nerve. People posting a lot of opinions all the time.
Yeah, like non-Asian poli-sci majors posting some preachy stuff like this on their story. Like,
yeah, I don't even know what this means. Like,
yeah, can someone please tell us what this means? Like, you know what
you
this...
might as well have posted this.
Yeah, so
which got us thinking, why aren't there inspirational quotes specifically for Asian students at liberal arts college?
Yeah, so we went ahead and made some of our own. These are a couple that I made. All the brown friend groups on campus hate me. Like whenever I post a picture of my white friends on Instagram, I feel like a race traitor. Speaking of race traitors, let's talk about this guy. This guy's called Mir Jafar. He's basically the king that sold out India to 200 years of British colonialism. And if you think about it, his name is eerily similar to mine. And so that's a nightmare that I carry around with myself like all the time.
Yeah, speaking about nightmares, this is the inspirational slide I made. True. This is good for all my Wasians out there. I would screenshot this one. And yeah,
that's our time.
That's our time.
Yeah.
So we'll leave you with one more. You know,
borders aren't real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Clap it up.
Thank you so much, Zafir and Karina, for that incredibly informative presentation. Next up, we have someone whose mom's friend is actually in the same WhatsApp group as my mom's friend. She's a stand-up comedian based in New Haven, Connecticut, and she's also a contributing writer for the Lunar Times. And she has an LGBT Zoom show that's going to happen in June, so keep your eyes peeled on her social media. Everyone give it up for Cynthia Wang.
Woo! And I'm shocked. I did not know that my mom and your mom were in the same WeChat group.
It's just possible. I'm going to be honest, I lied, but I think it's really possible.
Oh, dang it. I shouldn't have said anything. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, but big thank you again to Emma and Anne for putting on this awesome show and all of the comedians that we've seen so far. It's been really great. Yeah, I let's go back to that meme that they showed at the beginning for Stop Asian Hate that was like, I'd never hit your grandma. I like how they just said grandma, like, you know, I'd never hit your grandma, but your grandpa's fair game. Yeah, can suck it. Like, I respect Lau Lau. She can cook and raise 5 children on a farm. Yeah, doesn't do shit. During the pandemic, I've been trying to just focus on the little things to make me happy, you know, and for me, that's cleanliness. I'm kind of a big neat freak. Like the highlight of my quarantine was breaking open a brand new electric toothbrush and just going to town on my plaque buildup. Amazing. That's the first time that I put something in my mouth and I was the one who came. I'm bi, which just means I follow astrology. All queers kind of follow astrology, whether you believe it or not. It's kind of similar to how straight guys follow football. Like, it's just something to have in common with other queers when you meet them. And there are some other similarities too, like negative stereotypes. Like, I think astrologers unfairly profile Geminis the same way that football commentators unfairly profile Black quarterbacks. Go Ravens. Not a lot of NFL fans out here. They're biased against Black quarterbacks. Just take my word for it. I'm living with my parents right now, which has been super great. They are Asian Christian Republican Trump supporters.
No.
And you might be shocked because usually people who look like this you wouldn't think have parents that are in that category. So I'll just explain. So when my parents immigrated from China to the US in 1989, they found Jesus. I blame the free food at churches. Phenomenon, you know, just like, oh, you're someone coming from across the world. You have no resources or friends in this country. Come here. We'll give you connections in a community and, you know, all sorts of trauma to pass down to your children. I just got vaccinated. They weren't very happy about that. You know, they were really trying to talk me out of it beforehand. We have Bible study here at the house, and one of them, my dad brought this packet called 37 Reasons Not to Get the COVID Vaccine. I don't know why this packet was brought to Bible study. I tried to tell him he was in the wrong class, but I guess he doesn't care. Yeah, my dad's kind of confusing because he believes in all kinds of crazy conspiracy theories. Yeah, if all the crazy ones, like right-wing ones, alien ones, if you're thinking of it, he probably believes it. You know, and that never made sense to me because he also has a PhD in statistics. So I would think that someone who studies probability would understand the probability of whether or not a conspiracy theory is true, but I guess not. He's kind of like the Asian Ben Carson, just like in some ways. I don't know. Yeah. I grew up in Kansas. And that was fun being like the only Asian family to go to the neighborhood potlucks on the farm. We definitely maybe stood out in a few ways. I remember that we brought some food to the potluck, and I actually didn't know what we brought, but then I heard a kid say, "Look, Mom, someone brought China dumplings." And I was like, oh yeah, okay, that was probably, I'm gonna guess that. But they were a huge hit. Yeah, living with my parents definitely has some downsides, but I'll say it's better than living with random roommates that I found on Craigslist and Facebook, which is how I've lived in the past. And if you've ever lived with a complete strangers, you know how like awkward and awful it is. Because you can't just ignore them flat out. That would be rude. So you have to, every time you see them, you kind of have to give one of these tight-lipped smiles and, hey, how's it going? You know, you're peering from your bedroom door, seeing, oh, were they out of the kitchen yet? Oh, she's going back in the kitchen. Tiptoeing around your own house. Yeah, I can't even tell you how many times I said, hey, how's it going? Or if they were cooking something in the kitchen, I'd say, ooh, what are you cooking? Smells great. And that was the end of our conversation. I wish just like one time I could go back and be like, hey, how's it going? What are you cooking? Smells like horse shit. And just to see what their reaction would be. I mentioned earlier that I'm bi. That actually means that I've broken up and gotten back together with more antidepressants than people. Antidepressants are a lot of fun. It's like Wheel of Fortune, but instead of a money or a car, you spin the wheel and land on a random side effect that'll cripple you for the next 3 to 6 weeks. Like, oh, what's it gonna be? Am I gonna dissociate? No. Completely stop pooping? No. Lose all feeling in my genitals. Ding, ding, ding. It's okay. Who needs to masturbate or feel dopamine? I'm just going to leave you guys on that. You guys have been so great. Donate to Safe Walks. And thank you again to Emma and Anne for organizing this. This is awesome. Stay safe, everyone.
I was also raised in a Christian household, and we went to this like primarily white evangelical church. And my main takeaway from that experience was once I was in Bible study and my Bible study teacher was like, so you see, Jesus's followers made tents. That's an example of why the free market is good and we should always follow it. They're just perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, that's so smart.
Yeah. Like a textual analysis, right?
Yeah, of course. So guys, we're gonna take a quick educational break if that's fine with everyone. Just everyone can shake it off, go grab water, use the bathroom. But me and Anne have a lot of thoughts for you guys.
You've been smiling, and it's time to relax. Time to relax those muscles down because we have something really serious to talk about.
Yeah, very serious. And obviously, this is about the times that we have ourselves. I mean, this is an event about reflecting and talking. Times that we ourselves obviously have perpetuated anti-Asian racism, because we all have. Not so proud of it. But I don't know. I mean, I think let's just get into it.
Okay. So I would first of all like to apologize for dyeing my hair freshman year of college. In doing so, I was really feeding into a lot of stereotypes about Asian women with dyed hair, and that was really messed up of me, and I will never do it again.
Thank you, Anne. If any of you relate to this too, say I'm sorry in the chat.
Say I'm sorry in the chat if you've done any of these things. It's sort of a mutual accountability thing. Oh yeah, okay. Secondarily, I would like to apologize for the time when I was in Boston with my mom and I was in fourth grade. And 2 men came up to me and said konnichiwa. And I thought they were just being nice and friendly, so I said it back, even though I'm so sorry for doing this. When I did this, I, perpetuated a lot of stereotypes about how all Asians are one ethnicity, and it was really fucked up, and I'll never do it again.
Oh my God.
Next up, I did that too.
Yeah. Thank you, Anne, for saying that. Next up is obviously a big one for all of us out there. And anytime that I have touched or desired a white person, romantically or otherwise, any kind of physical contact is just not good. But very sorry for that. That's all I can say, really. I mean, I think it's a huge cross many of us bear, in fact, that we have to kind of amend for. Thank you, everyone saying sorry in the chat.
Thank you so much. Good scene, yeah.
And so next up is a huge one again. So first of all, I want to apologize for any time that I wore my shoes inside, as this is obviously erasure, clearly.
Yeah, and going off of that, I also want to apologize for any time I didn't wear my shoes inside, because that's sort of perpetuating stereotypes that Asians don't wear their shoes inside. So it's sort of like, either way, we really messed up.
Yeah, it's bad. It's criminal. So finally, I just feel really bad I don't know about this one, but every time that I got my mom confused with another woman in the grocery store with the exact same haircut, jacket, and glasses as her. There's nothing I can really say about that. I know it's messed up, but from the back, they look very, very similar. I will say, they look very similar.
Yeah, we have to talk about the damage that Uniqlo, the store, has done to the Asian American population. It's caught in so much pain.
Yeah, it's huge. Some days I even catch myself in head to toe Uniqlo, and I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Oh my God, stop. What am I in an ad right now? In a culturally diverse ad? Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
Yeah, we just want to say we're very sorry. Accountability is important. So I just want to put that there.
Super sorry. So and next up, as educators, obviously Anne and I are educators. We have like a bit of an educational game for you guys. Is that right to say, Anne?
Yeah, it's a game. And yeah, we are educators. We're primarily teachers.
Yeah. So the game is called White with Black Hair or Asian.
If you've ever watched any sort of cartoon and wondered, is that character white with black hair or are they Asian? This is the game for you. And please guess in the chat. We want to know what you think. This is an interactive game, okay?
Yeah, chat is open. Chat's open right now. We will be watching. Again, especially white people out here, we want the correct answers.
Yeah.
So first off, we have Spinelli from Reset. You can't tell me when I was a child, you can't tell me that she was not Asian, but her name is Spinelli. What's up with that?
It's really rough, really rough.
Okay, I'm seeing some Asian. Claire O'Kane says Ukrainian. Interesting. Oh, Albanian. I like that one. That's, Albanian. Anyone here knows how I feel about Albanians. Okay.
My dad.
Oh.
Okay.
Puerto Rican, totally. Yeah, we have a Wasian. Oh, yeah, Hapa, totally. We love that. Should we say what we found out? I think so, right? I think we're all like primed. She's
Asian, yeah. So
ultimately, oh, sorry, go.
We did guess, but we are pretty confident. We're pretty confident.
There's no confirmation, but we're just kind of deciding.
Yeah.
Okay, next up.
The one, the only Edna Mode. She's got the circular glasses. She's short. She's really toxic to her friends, but in a fun, cute way. What?
Someone said she's a TERF. Oh my God. Okay, we have white TERF as one of the options. We have white with black hair. We have Jewish. Wow, people feel strongly about Miss Edna Mode.
We're way for white with black hair, I would say. Yeah, Italian.
Italian, because I mean fashion, right? Like that's the association. So we have fashion. Yeah. Okay, Elliot says French. Another vote for Italian. So actually, guys, Edna is half Asian. Edna is half Asian and half Japanese and half German. And do you want to let us know how we found out about this?
Yeah, we found out about this through the extensively researched and fact-checked website called the Pixar Wiki. We don't know who said that, but we believe it. It's online, so it's true.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Dylan is literally the same ethnic composition as Edna Mode. This is incredible.
Wow. Dylan, you need to talk about that more. I mean, I
I'll
guess
unpack
just
it.
find out.
I'll unpack it on my set.
Okay. I'm so happy for you. So finally, we have, I'm not finally, third up, we have a very controversial
Mhm.
figure because of how simply incredibly racially ambiguous he is. Danny Phantom and Sam. I'm including Sam in this. Because honestly, I thought every goth girl also was Asian when I was a kid. So in my mind, I don't know, what are people thinking? Danny Phantom, teen icon superhero, star. Oh, we have South Asian and white as the first guess. Oh my God. Okay. Filipino, Vietnamese, or Indonesian.
Okay, people definitely think Danny Phantom has some Asian.
Yeah. So, okay.
Danny Phantom is Rishi Puff. Yeah.
Asian, Puerto Rican, totally. Any more guesses right now? Tallying the votes, doing some incredible math right now, as we calculate everyone's scores. Okay, Malaysian.
And I can see it.
Okay, half Italian, half ghost, because being a ghost, that is a key part of his identity.
Yeah.
And then, okay, we have a Filipino mom, white dad, but classic. Okay, well, Danny Phantom is in fact Asian.
Yeah, he's Asian.
We do think he's South Asian. Just throwing it out there for everyone. Finally.
One more thing on Danny Phantom, and we're pretty sure he's Asian because his secret power is invisibility, right? So let's sit with that for a second.
Yeah. Also, wait, so interesting that if you notice in this picture, he is darker when he is a ghost. And what are the politics of that?
Phantom creators to task on this. Yeah, Joe's sitting with it. Thank you, Joe. Okay, this one is interesting. This is Daria's best friend from the cartoon Daria. There's a lot to unpack here. You know, blue eyes, but it could be circle lenses, right? I know many Asian people who use circle lenses. Angular, sort of asymmetrical haircut. Yeah.
Pierced ears, which is kind of like, it's interesting, you know, just kind of like a thing to pick up on. Okay, Lindy says a quarter Asian.
Claire says, unfortunately, white.
We have someone saying Jane Lane is Korean out in the comments. Thank you, Marseille. Or no, Ali, excuse me.
Marseille is going full Asian.
Okay, Claire says something interesting. Okay, we have one quarter white and so mostly Asian, I guess. Claire says this is the half Japanese girl that Weezer sings in that song where he fetishizes half Asian girls. So I actually think Claire is really onto something and deeply intelligent here.
Should we reveal?
Yes, of course. So Asian?
White with black hair? Neither. She is an art student.
She's an art student, ultimately. Yeah, great to know. Thank you guys, everyone, for playing our game.
We actually have one more, actually. We have a surprise conundrum one.
Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, my God, Anne. That's co-host Anne. I couldn't even. Okay, here we are, people.
The
thinker.
Cast of Arthur. The
entire main cast of Arthur.
Yeah.
A thinker.
Yeah. What do you
I feel like this is controversial, right? Because I feel like people think like a lot of people are saying that Arthur is a lot of different races. And I mean, Arthur and then also his friends. So it's super controversial. We have someone saying that they're Afro-Caribbean. We have someone saying that Arthur specifically is Filipino. Dylan smartly points out that they do have young Jewish energy. Francine Francesca, definitely.
They all wear shoes in the house, not Asian. Interesting. Buster is Jewish. Everyone else is a POC.
Okay. Arthur and Francine are black. Okay. Do we want to reveal? These are so many good guesses. People are really going in.
I know. I think we should do it. We've been
okay, guys. Huge reveal.
We've decided that all of the characters
in Arthur are Asian. And this is in fact the Bay Area in
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
Super important to point out.
And they all went to UCLA and sadly joined separate hip hop dance groups. They all joined a different one.
Which is a little sad, actually, now in retrospect.
Yeah, we're sad they didn't join the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah. You learned something.
Yeah, we learned so much, honestly. Thank you guys so much. That was our little educational game. We had so much fun. So many great guesses.
So many good ones. So, now that we're done talking about Asian representation in media, right? It's time to get back to the comedy. Our next performer is a comedian, actor, and musician based in New York City. He has performed musical comedy at the New York Comedy Festival and was featured in the New York Times for his show Rape Victims Are Horny Too with Kelly Bachman. He's also a featured performer in the upcoming Asian Comedy Festival on May 27th. Be sure to tune in. It's sort of like this, but with a budget. Give it up for my grand uncle's former intern and current best friend, Dylan Adler. Woo!
Thank you so much, Anne. It was the best internship a queer could ever ask for. I'm very happy to be here. Give it up for Emma and Anne for hosting this amazing show. I'm laughing my ass off. I was unmuted the whole time, and I was like, maybe I should mute because I'm being the most annoying laughing bitch on the planet. So I unmuted for a little bit, but this has been amazing. This is such a great show. I'm going to do some oh my God, yes, they're high school. This is the pictures of me and my gay twin when we were in the closet. So it's kind of a historical, that's me, that's my sister, that's my brother. And so yes, historical artifact, I'm gonna be imposed. I'm going to now do some musical comedy. So yeah, here we go. I'm gonna start off with a song about coronavirus. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to mention 6 months ago, I was attacked by a crazy white guy in New York. That's not a lie. Hit it, bitch. My corona, I'll unpack it in the song. It's like for real. My corona, I wrote this when corona was just a twinkle in our eye, but it ravaged the whole country because Trump fucked us over. He called it China virus, then he got it. Ha 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 ha, bitch! If only China virus were 100% lethal. Just for him, I don't know, I made him unable to talk. I was attacked by a crazy white guy in New York. It really fucked me up. Also, 6 feet, dumbass, 6 feet! He wasn't wearing a mask, and he was ugly and white.
Boo!
I know. Boo. Half of me. I lost my place. Okay. Give it up for queer Asians trying to find their place in their song. Oh, okay, here it is. Okay. Before quarantine, a gay Asian on Grindr got the message, no corona and no rice. It was definitely from a white gay. White gays are the worst, right, Anne? One time I went on a date with a white gay. He was like, I have a samurai costume. I'd love to see you put it on. And then he talked to me about studying Japanese in college and about internment. I hope he gets corona. I hope he gets corona in the ass. Okay, so as a side note, I feel like I sometimes get the stink eye from old white guys. They look at me like I am an enemy from war. And they look at me like I'm the reason why their grandson didn't get into UC Berkeley. It's like, your grandson didn't get into UC Berkeley because he's a lazy piece of shit. My 1.0 GPA. Thank you. So, oh my God, stop. So it's literally true. I was attacked by someone in the beginning of quarantine. It did fuck me up, but I'm better now. And follow me on Instagram at @DylanAdler_ to heal the pain. Yeah, I'm now going to do some quick impressions. This is if Lin-Manuel Miranda, the writer of Hamilton, were in quarantine. I imagine there's so much it feels more like a memory. Shit, I forgot to pair on the piano. Fuck. Okay, this is if the English band The Cure were in quarantine. Monday I will masturbate. On Tuesday, I will masturbate. On Thursday, I'll switch it up and watch anime. Then I'll answer an email from my mom. Oh my God, I became a top for that character. How deep. Okay, this last impression, I'm working on a Ronnie Chang impression because I love him so much. I'm just gonna, Amazon Prime now. Do you understand? You are all so fucking stupid. Get a fucking GPS. Okay, that one needs work, but art is never finished. Go off in the chat about how art is never finished. I want to share a quick little joke. So I was doing I was part of a sketch comedy group, and one of the white writers wrote me to play the actor Chow Yun Fat. And at the time, I didn't know that Chow Yun Fat was a real person. So I saw the name and I was like, you might as well have named me Bing Bong, you racist white bitch. Are you Chow Yun Fat? But then I looked it up and he's a real guy. So then I learned his mannerisms. We're good. But at the time I was like, does no one else see this? Anyway, I'm going to end on one last song. Okay, so I feel like, mental health, especially during mental health can kind of be super up and down during this time, especially, if you're seeing everything on the news and you're feeling triggered from it and you're afraid for your family, like I was, it can be kind of up and down. So this is kind of a song about how frustrated I feel I am with where I am mental health wise, despite all the work I've done with my therapist. Here we go. Hit it, bitch. Why am I still fucked up? I literally did a treatment where for 3 hours I pretended that my mom was a pillow. Then I started crying when my therapist was like, can you tell the pillow you forgive yourself? Why am I still fucked up? One time I left therapy like, I'm healed, hallelujah. An hour later, you're still in hell, you dumb bitch. Why am I still fucked up? I'm gay and I have a gay twin brother who's way less fucked up than me. How fucked up is that? I call him all the time. He's like, oh, sorry, I'm with my friends. Friends! Why am I still fucked up? I was raped in a hotel on the Lower East Side. I don't remember which hotel it was, but when I'm in the neighborhood, I'm like, Delancey? Or was it Essex? Why am I still fucked up? Also, my rapist was ugly! It's not like that makes it worse, but it kind of makes it worse. It does. Go off in the chat. Why am I still fucked up? One time at a family gathering, I made a joke about the sexual tension between my twin brother and I, and it bombed. It was so awkward for my grandma. She survived Japanese internment. Go off about we hate that. We hate internment. Go off in the chat. Why am I still fucked up? I was attacked by a crazy white guy 6 months ago. It really fucked me up. I tried to get a picture of the guy, but the picture was in selfie mode. Fuck my life. It was just of my shirt. Why am I still fucked up? Why am I still fucked up? My therapist literally has a support dog, and one time during the session, he started humping my leg. It's like, Fido, read the room. I don't know what they want from me. It's like the more therapy I got, the more fucked up I remain, and the richer she becomes. Cha-ching! I don't know what they want from me. It's like the more therapy I go through, I steal her toilet paper. Ha ha! White bitch. Yes, I wipe my ass with my white therapist charm and toilet paper. I need to stop falling for white men who own a bonsai tree. It's fucked. You're not just as fucked up as me, but it's okay because that means you're inherently boring. Thank you so much. Give it up for Emma and Anne. And I want, there need to be more shows with Asians like this. This is amazing. So thank you.
Oh my God, Dylan, thank you. And who knows, maybe there'll be another family friends. We will never know, until it happens. Who can never be sure? Yeah, Hapa Hour.
Yes, Hapa.
So again, following Dylan on Instagram at Dylan Adler _ or Dylan Adler 6 on Twitter. Next up, we have a comedian I'm obsessed with, obviously. Based in New York City and has toured with Man Repeller, has opened for Ilana Glazer, has been in the NBC stand-up showcase at the Women in Comedy Festival. More importantly, she has a zine coming out about capitalism and how it makes art feel futile next week, I think on Wednesday. Oh no, for sure. Film comes out on Wednesday. The zine's coming out soon. Also, like Dylan, will be a featured performer in the Asian Comedy Festival on May 27th. Everyone should go, even though there are enemies. So please, everyone, give a warm welcome to someone who is actually, as a little known fact, is related to my dad's coworker who came to a dinner party of ours once. Thank you, everyone. Welcome Fariha Khan.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you so much. I love being related to Emma's dad's coworker. Give it up for Emma and Anne. This is so sick. Give it up for Dylan, just went up. That was so good. Asians are so talented. I think it's something we all need to think about. And don't really have anything funny to say. It's just actually stunningly obvious. Okay, so wow, just sort of get into it here. Social distancing, more like my childhood. I grew up in the South too, like a couple other people on the show. Terrifying. Okay, so is God real? Do you guys think? Shout out in the comments. What's the vibe here?
No.
Yeah, okay. All right, little mixed opinion. I'll say this, I want to believe in God so bad, but it's really hard, honestly, with everything that's going on in the world today. Isn't it, guys? For example, the other day, I was walking down the street wearing my mask, okay, and I'm walking, I'm trying to get somewhere, 2 recessions in, God bless, you know what I mean? I'm walking, and then this guy walks up behind me, and then I cup his dick and balls. So where was God? Not there at that moment. I'll tell you, every day I wake up, I say, what's the meaning of life? I'm existential. I'm an existential guy, I'll be honest with you. And so I say, if I had the chance for God to step in, if I had the chance to talk to God, I think what I would do with my 7 minutes in heaven is I would maybe ask God what the meaning of life was. Oh my God, whoa, God, is that you? Holy crap, this is crazy. Yeah, I'm on this Zoom show. Yeah, he's from the University of Chicago. Really smart guys. Can you guys hear the music? Oh, wow, this is so crazy. God, I have a question for you, actually. You have a minute? Okay, yeah. God, what is the meaning of life? Okay. He's gonna tell me. Guy is so awkward, man. Someone write it down. And then I think we'll be all set. Okay, so the meaning of life is that there is no meaning. Okay. So therefore, we must create our own personal meaning in the face of the void. Okay, interesting. God, that sounds a lot like French existentialist philosopher and novelist Albert Camus. It's just kind of, okay, I lost him. Well, I mean, nobody knows what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I just, we're out here doing the thing. All right. So yeah, God is a plagiarist. A lot to unpack here. It's crazy. We're living through a pandemic. Anyone said that? No, it's crazy. It's been about 100 years. None of us know how to handle it. You ever think maybe we could go back in time, ask some people, what they think about it? Well, I did the research and actually looked into during the Black Death plague pandemic. of the 1300s that wiped out about half of the European population. I said, what do they do to entertain themselves? And it actually turns out they too were into comedy. Wasn't on Zoom. Looked a little bit different, these kids. But okay, so I actually looked it up, what their comedy was. I read about it at the library. And what I'm gonna do is recreate it and perform it for you, beautiful young people, tonight, if that's okay. Okay, so just give me a minute. I'm gonna get into character. I took a few acting classes. So, okay. All right, hey there. Welcome to the Black Death Comedy Hour. All I'm gonna need to get started is about a word or suggestion of anything at all, anything. Okay, Toby, I guess. Again, what was that? Boobies, Toby? I mean, the town drunk, I thought I'd be dead by this point. I guess not, I'll do boobies, okay. Woo! It's the boobies and the pillars. Blue lives matter. So sort of what happened there is that Toby the down drunk had suggested boobies, which we know is funny then, funny now. And the cops back then were called bobbies and peelers. But this guy put boobies in. Brilliant, right? Simple. And they too were pro cops. So something to think about, how deep in the hole we are. I love being Asian. I love it. I'm South Asian. Shout out. Okay. And it's awesome to be Asian. I love being part of the Asian community. I love being part of the Asian events and the Asian shows. But I do feel like growing up, people didn't know I was Asian. Like it wasn't popular culture yet to know that. And so a lot of people just kind of thought I was Mexican. Simple mistake, common. I grew up in the South. They were stupid. And so, I love doing Asian shows, right? Back in the day, pre-pandemic, I was happened to be blessed to be on a beautiful Asian show. And I come up kind of like one of the only brown guys. Everyone's like, what, And I'm like so excited. I was like in the back, just like so excited, waiting in the bar to go up like, I love being Asian. It's so awesome. Asians forever. And then some guy was like, why is this Mexican girl so excited about Asians? And I was wondering the same thing. So no, we'll never know. Okay, so close it out on a positive note. Unpacking my ethnic identity. As we know, growing up an immigrant in this country, it's a bit complicated. Your ethnic identity becomes, dare I say, muddled. We're disconnected from the motherland. But then we're outcasts here. And then when we go there, we're outcasts there. So we're outcasts everywhere in our hearts, it's very confusing. So anyways, I'm just trying to find ways to reconnect with my roots. And I thought that would make me feel better. So I was very excited when my brother did one of these 23andMe DNA tests. You guys know about these?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Very popular. You ship your piss and they tell you who you're related to. Incredible technology. And so I did this and we got the results back. It turns out that we're actually so Pakistani that we are 100% Indian. And I'll say that if that joke did not hit right, I'll say, it's okay. Because unless you're a history buff or like really know what's going on there, it's just not going to hit right. But I got to tell you, that one's actually hilarious. I don't have the time or the capacity right now to get into it. But if I did, oh my God, everyone would be freaking out. It's so funny, honestly. So just think about that. Something to think about. That joke's perfect. And it's amazing to be with the youth today. I feel hopeful for the future. So please give it up for Emma and Anne. I've been Faria Khan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Faria.
Everyone, be sure to follow Faria at Farizi with 4 E's on Instagram and Twitter. And keep your eye out for the zine and the short film coming out soon. Next up, we have an actor, comedian, writer based in New York City. They have performed stand-up at festivals across the country and dare I say even across the pond. And they've written for shows like SpongeBob and Shrill, which its season 3 is premiering on May 7th. So be sure to watch. It's such a good show. She also used to carpool to work with my neighbor's nephew, which is super cool. Everyone give it up for Claire O'Kane.
Woo!
Yeah, okay, your neighbor's nephew is a fucking little bitch, dude. He stank like Cheetos. Okay, yeah, it's later in the evening, and I'm showing my white side. But we're having a good time and I'm happy to be here. Beavis and Butthead, I think, are Asian. Who else? Arnold, obviously white, unfortunately. But a lot of Asian representation on that show. Made me want to move to New York. I am half Filipino, and okay, hold for applause. Oh my god, thank you so much. I'm very disconnected from my culture. I grew up in San Jose, California, which is the Bay Area, and actually there are more Asian people than there are white people. It's possible. It can happen to you where you are. Just get a little, and just lately being half Asian, half extremely Irish, trying to figure out like whose side am I on? I feel like I have to pick a side, and obviously I'm leaning toward Browntown, and that's only because I can't choose like who's winning, because obviously it's the white side. But I do want to know who passed on this genetic pH imbalance. I'd like to know that, because I'm getting a lot of yeast infections, and she can't utilize her Irish side and drink the little brewski, or else she flares up, and she's got to wear cotton underwear, 100%. It's a huge bummer. We're here for a great cause during a very awful time. I wish this cause didn't have to exist, but it does. And I don't know about you, but I often find myself fantasizing about being harassed and what I would do in response. And the thing that I think, I haven't done this yet, but if somebody like comes up to me and is like, "Hey, sweetie, yum yum," or whatever, yum yum, put it in me, and I whip around. This is what I really want to do. I want to bark like a dog. Oh, yummy, yummy! Give me some of that liquor. Take me to town, baby, and I'll go. And then if they're like, "What the fuck?" I'll go, "If you treat me like a dog, I'm gonna act like a dog." My fantasy experience, but I think it would go more like I would bark, and then I would like choke on my spit or something. I'd go, "If you treat me like a dog, I'm gonna act like one," or whatever. And then piss myself. One time I was walking down the street in beautiful Williamsburg, Brooklyn, home of food, and I'm drunk, and I was walking down the street. It was dusk, and dusk is nighttime, right? Or is that dawn? I went to art school for 1 year. That's the extent of my education. It was nighttime, and there was a car full of kind of jockey white boys kind of like driving down the boulevard, like American Graffiti style. What is it, the fucking 50s? And they were kind of rolling down the window, blasting music, and yelling at people out of the car. And they pulled up next to me, and one of the guys leans out the window and he goes, "This is a pretty dangerous neighborhood for someone like you, huh?" I'm like, what is it? What is this, Alabama? Where am I right now? And that night, it really freaked me out. It was a very aggressive vibe coming from that Kia. And I was kind of thinking, like, I don't know, I was really stewing over it. And my boyfriend was like, "Well, what did you do?" And I was like, "I don't know, I didn't say anything. I think I went, uh-huh." And then I kept walking. And I was like, you know what? Next time that happens to me, you know what I'm gonna say? I think I'm gonna say, like, "Oh yeah, well, I've got a fucking gun." And my boyfriend was like, "Don't say that. It's the worst thing you can say." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're probably right." So these are the days of our lives. As I mentioned before, I am Filipino, half Filipino, and white passing. Oh, there she goes. There she goes, just listening to Wilco or whatever. And a lot of people in America, at least, aren't very familiar with Filipino culture because we're not really represented on television or in film, cinema, movies, what have you. I'm trying to get in there, though. I mean, look at this. Put me in a McDonald's commercial. Hello. I dunk a good nugget, and I can, be on a half pipe or something, rocking out, dunking my nugs. I haven't done comedy in a long time, so if you're just like, is this alt comedy or something? No, it's just bad. Which is kind of funny because Filipinos are kind of like the alt Asians, like the indie Asians, Pacific Islander, even if you want to say. So a lot of people don't know about Filipino culture. I'm trying to spread the good word. Trying to relate to people culturally so they can kind of get a better idea of who we are as people. So here's a couple of hot Filipino facts for that ass. Number one, did you know that Rob Schneider, America's sweetheart, is part Filipino? Right? We got him, baby. We got him. Number one guy, A-lister. What else? That's about the only fact I can remember. I can tell you from personal experience, just being a Filipino person, Filipinos, boy, do they love getting eaten out. Ooh. Getting licked to completion is what we're all about. And I think I would like that to be a commonly known stereotype about Filipino people. I want to get thank you so much. I want to get to the point where there's just like a Filipino guy hanging out at Buffalo Wild Wings or wherever we go. And there's a white couple sitting in the corner and they look over at him and they go, "Look at this fucking guy." Filipino guy. Watch this. "Eat me out, eat me out." I wanted to get to that point. Okay, this has felt longer than it probably should have, but I think I had a great time. Thank you so much for having me, you guys.
Oh my God. Thank you, Claire. So exciting to have you. Claire, you can follow Claire at Claire is O'Kane on Instagram and Claire O'Kane Claire on Twitter. They will be dropped in the chat. Oh my God. Okay. So next up, we do have our final performer tonight, but which is sad, right? It's sad, but it's also great because we can all go to sleep. And then also it's another amazing opportunity for all of you to donate to Safe Walks NYC if you have not yet. Again, look in the chat below for the information. Please, a couple more donations in before the end of the night. We'd love that. This next performer, our next guest, is a Brooklyn-based comedian, poet, and writer who's had shows at Union Hall and the Slipper Room, and right now is helping to organize the initiative Free Books for Brooklyn, which everyone should check out on her Instagram. And it's free books for Black and Brown people who live across Brooklyn. You know, they're that cool older girl your mom asked you to babysit for you like so many times. Everyone, please welcome Arti Golapudi. Woo!
Hi, what's up? I am the cool older girl, and I know that because it's way past my bedtime. I famously sleep by 9 p.m., so I'm here. What's up? Yeah. Wow. Okay. Very cool. Much like Claire, I am a little tipsy. Nice. Cool. What's going on, guys? I just want to say I am South Asian, and I guess my favorite part about being South Asian is that no matter who I sleep with, I always have more lower back hair than them. It's like a really cool thing. It's just a part of our culture. It's really beautiful. That, and I feel like, you know, like most people when they're born, they got like, you know, all their toes and fingers and all that shit. But like most South Asian people also are born with a full unibrow. It's like also a really crazy thing. As you can tell, I have a lot of trauma about my body hair. But I'm feeling really good about my body recently. I don't know. There's been like a lot of traumatic things about pandemic. You know, I'm just gonna take off. Wow, look at my body hair. I got my arm hair. All this shit is out. I just feel like pandemic this past year, for a while, it was like isolating alone when I lived alone for a while. People have been just like exercising a lot. I got like a skin routine going on. I've been feeling like really hot the older I get. It's like a really beautiful thing. I feel like I've grown a lot. I like know who my real friends are. I've dropped off some like dead weights, etc. And I really thought that I would emerge that the next person I slept with would just like elevate me, you know, because I'm caring so much about myself. But you know, the next person I slept with did just not have a shower curtain. So it just teaches me that like something can like, and I really like appreciate that. Like, right? Like, yes, my skin looks amazing, my body looks amazing, and yet I still keep sleeping with the same type of people. It's really tight. I'm really just impressed with myself. It just shows that like I've committed to myself in a whole new way. Like it's growing, and yet everybody I fuck is like mattress on the floor, no shower curtain. We're drinking out of Solo cups, you know. I'm about to turn 30 and I'm drinking wine out of Solo cups at a person's apartment, which I don't even know how many roommates they have. And it's okay. It's not safe for me or my pussy. It's really fun. Oh my gosh. I will also just say that, you know, this person is younger than me, which, you know, it means a lot of things. It means that I did meet this person in a weird situation, but it does also mean that I did almost break my back with this person. That's right. I was taking the A train home, and he almost fell into me. So I almost did break my back with this younger man, and not really expected to break my back with a younger man. I was like, whoa. I have like a tote full of books and a bag full of sweaters. It was really complicated for me to experience. And I almost snapped my back in half. And when I was trying to tell my friends, they were like, wow, he really did you a number. And I was like, no. Listen, I have to be practical when I go to work. Because I do work at a bookstore, as you can tell by my demeanor and how I'm like, oh my God, it's almost 11:30. That's crazy. Tomorrow to tell me about like where to buy their like queer anthologies of poetry. You know, I gotta be alert for those things for sure. Which then leads to my next point. I am queer, which is like a horrible thing for an Asian person to be sometimes. But you know what? We're here. I am bisexual, which is also a horrible thing to announce from any rooftop. But I feel like when I was trying to explain to my, you know, immigrant parents like what queerness is, we had a really big disconnect because they were like, well, you can still end up with a guy, with a man. And I was like, yeah, but like, you know, I'm queer, right? So what does that mean? And they had a really hard time understanding it. And I don't know if any other Asian people had like a similar experience, but so I just wanted to give advice because I feel like there's a bit of like younger people here in the chat, how I explained it to my parents. Essentially what I said is, listen, I don't care what gender the person I'm with is, right? I don't care about any of those things about like genitalia, etc. I just don't care. As long as they can ride a skateboard, they can and will emotionally destroy me. like if anybody, you know, everybody can use that. I give them agency to use that. That if you want to explain your queerness, like that's for you to use. My friends, solidarity. I'm here for you. It also means that there's this really cool experience about being queer, especially as a brown South Asian person. I feel like, you know, I was on the apps for a little bit. And I just feel like there's something really beautiful that's happening on the apps, especially during pandemic. Everyone's super, super, super lonely, right? We're all just like here swiping through these apps, you know, across all genders, all races, etc. And it really showed me that we're all kind of out here looking for the same thing. And it's really beautiful. And I'm sure you all experience this too, that we're all out here swiping and, you know, looking with our eyes and over a little mask, like trying to go into like the bookstore, the coffee shop, etc., trying to make our little meet cute. We're all out here trying to meet our one special white girlfriend. And everyone out here finds their white girlfriend. I mean, I'm not it really, but like I pray for you guys, and I'm Hindu, so like we got a lot of gods to pray to, so don't worry about that. But you know, I'm sure you all will find your white girlfriend. I pray for you. You know, speaking of swiping through Brooklyn, I feel like whenever I'm swiping through Brooklyn, there's a lot of socialists out there on Brooklyn. There's a lot of DSA members I run into, you know, from like the meetings I've gone to, etc. And I have dabbled sexually across the gender spectrum in the socialist movement, and so I wrote a poem for them. And I hope so. Again, I'm a writer. And I'm gonna read some poems. Again, I'm a little tipsy, so I decided to read some poems because sometimes it's easy. It's just so much easier. So this poem is called "I Can Change, I Can Change, I Can Change, I Can Change, I Can Change." Okay, so here we go. White leftist motherfuckers surrounding themselves with other white leftist motherfuckers wearing $300 pants, having clear skin, as if I wasn't here trying to do the same. Strap me into something stupid and expensive and rip out my chin hairs. Move my apartment closer to the L train and teach me to love a smoothie with an avocado in it that was picked and plucked by a stranger who we can't ensure is under ethical work conditions. Oh my God, please, for the love of God, let me in. I am rapping at whatever the fuck chamber door Poe is talking about. White leftist fake liberal ass motherfuckers or gay and not somewhere floating in between and changing on a day-to-day basis like me, who know their shoe sizes, who don't spill coffee on their books, who have framed artwork on their walls as opposed to me, who thumbtacks concert tickets over painted cracks. White leftist motherfuckers, let me in. I can change. Yeah, you know, that's an ode, you know, Claire mentioned being in Williamsburg, so that's an ode to that, I suppose. Another thing that's been happening to me, I am on, thank you guys so much for cheering for me. I am on day 32 of bleeding. Thank you so much. Thank you. A few years ago, I got surgery because I'm so punk rock, not because I went to Warped Tour 2 years in a row, but I'm so punk rock because I had a septum growing down the center of my uterus, which is a wall of tissue, which a bunch of things were growing around, and I got surgery to get it all sucked out of there. And so apparently it all grew back in. I'm getting tested for a bunch of different miscellaneous things, going through a lot of health problems, and have to think about a lot of like family planning things on the horizon, which is like kind of a weird thing to think about, but I've been thinking a lot about bleeding through my pussy. So this is a poem about that. It's called Free Bleeding on a Weekend. You know, Saturday night, what's up, young people? Yes, we all love to talk about health on a Saturday night. Oh, yes. So free bleeding on a weekend. On the first day of my period, every single month, I am convinced, persuaded, absolutely in full belief that I am dying. I color of goop that glided right out of me, that stained yet another 5-year-old pair of underwear from Dwayne Reed, and I think, mother of God, I must be dying. Why is this more brown than red, more the texture of jam than a stream of blood with knives jolting and jostling within my uterus and my head, spinning and spiraling and spitting out sensitive texts to past lovers who don't answer me because it's not their first day of their periods, just mine. And how sad it is to die from your fucking period. How tragic for my loved ones to find my body dead halfway through a bag of pizza rolls, clutching my copy of The Bell Jar, clad in JCPenney pajamas, while something stupid like season 2 of Sex and the City plays on loop. She died doing what she loved, they'll say, free bleeding on a weekend. That's about bleeding. Oh my God, yes, what a time. So I'm on day 31, it's going great. I went to Planned Parenthood, they have no idea what's going on with me. They told me, have I tried drinking a ginger ale with my lunch? And I said, yeah, I've been putting whiskey in it. So I'm gonna read 2 more quick ones just straight through, and then I'm gonna dissipate into dust. Guys, it's almost midnight. All you young people gotta go do whatever young people do at midnight during a pandemic. Like sawdust your clit off with a masturbation tool, you know. It's called Ode to Myself. I'm not the only sad bitch who's turning 30 during a pandemic, but it sure fucking feels like it. Feels like I must be the only person who still has bad skin and weird fat in corners of my body. But it also feels like I'm the only one who loves it all, holds it before bed, coddles and cradles and kisses it. It's unbelievable, isn't it? I'm still here. I try not to be as I turn the corner towards 29, but last summer I stayed masked and felt 16 again. Still afraid and unsure with pubic hair unfurling between my shorts and an unpredictable menstruation cycle paired with a pocket full of denial. I haven't been kissed yet, but it makes me feel like kryptonite, infinite. One day will make someone fall to their knees so their head lands on my lap to realize that I am not the only sad bitch turning 30 during a pandemic. All right, and now my last one before I dissipate into the dust. This one doesn't have a title. Sometimes I just put numbers, so this is just 41. All right, it feels weird to read poetry into a computer. It feels like I'm doing some sort of like MySpace vlogging moment, like I'm not really sure, like maybe I'm sending this to my crush on AM and watch a show like a little tit action. So here's the last one, called 41 for no reason, but yeah. Doomsday is coming. And when it all ends, it will peel open a split screen of an alternate universe me if I held it all together, and the current me queefing in bed again, trying to explain it's not a fart, but even if it was, who cares? I'm just laughing if somebody was like, what is this? And I'm like, well, it comes out one hole in the other. Okay, so sorry. It's not a fart, but even if it was, who cares? It's almost over. A slow burn, fade out of obsession. My therapist is so full of hope and light. She has hues of pink and orange. As I sit on the other side of the screen, half stoned, half awake, I wait for you to reply to a meme I sent 12 hours ago. Some of you didn't spend all year sedating yourself with a pocket full of pills and a head full of marijuana. I envy you. I envy anyone's composure as I combust in chaos. I can't shut the fuck up. I am embarrassing, an ass full of soft shit, a heart full of regret, slowly gluing it all together. I'm a DIY girl, I say. I don't want you to be the one to destroy me because I can do that all on my own. And it's that kind of pride that makes me some sort of aged jewel, an artifact found between layers of dirt. So prop me up in a glass box and observe me. I am gleaming, gorgeous, unable to be ignored, a fascinated object with sharp edges. Wear me on a necklace, hide me in a safe, protect and preserve me only to bring me out on occasions like your enemy's wedding or your mother's funeral. I'll keep close to your chest and forget about my own. I'm secretly collapsible, easily mushed into whatever mold you'd like me to be, despite my angular shape. Exterior, it's not so bad being stoned all the time. I've come to feel lighter than air with sandbag feet, keeping me to the ground. So when the world spins out and away, I'll stay here waving goodbye to you all, because I knew that no matter what, you'd eventually leave me. All right, guys, I'll do my last thing I want to say to everyone. My short poem is, as you looked at your bass guitar longing to fuck it, you settled for me, which is just my thing for people. Don't date a musician. You'll get over it. All right.
Ooh, oh my God, round of applause. Wow, thank you so much. Oh my God, guys. I'm messed up because that was our last performer tonight. And I'm gonna put back up our little Zoom donation screen share. But I love you all. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for coming. This has been an incredible night. Yeah.
I'm gonna play some music, but you guys, if you haven't donated, the donation's on the screen. Unfortunately, we can't see any of you guys, but tell us your thoughts in the chat. We love you. Thank you so much to all of our performers. Thank you to Kay Chang, to Ryan Chua, to Karina and Zafir, to Cynthia, to Dylan, to Fariha, to Claire, and to Artie, who is so, everyone was so good. I can't believe it. Mwah.
Kisses, kisses.
Yes, kisses. Love you all.
Hennessy on my lips, take a little sip, privacy on the door, I'ma make this shit grip. A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type, nigga, that's my type. 8-inch bagel, that's the pipe. Bad bitch, I'ma ride a dick all night. A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type, nigga, that's my type. 8-inch bagel, that's the pipe. That's my type, nigga, that's my type. New wrist, new whip, right around dipped. I can see why all these basic hoes pissed. Bust down wrist, not a bust down bitch. Said I want your man, no the fuck I don't sis. See a rich nigga, why he still hitting licks? Nigga spinning bread, but he still can't hit. Bitch, please. Lamborghini keys, pussy dripping ice, he get flown out to me. Bitch, please. I want a man with the bees, pussy from the bag, going dumb on a D. See on my lips, take a little sip, privacy on the door, I'ma make this shit grip. A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type, nigga, that's my type. 8-inch bagel, that's the pipe. Bad bitch, I'ma ride a dick all night. A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type, nigga, that's my type. 8-inch bagel, that's the pipe. That's my type, nigga, that's my type. New wrist, new whip, right around dipped. I can see why all these basic hoes pissed. Messy hoes like to pop shit. You the type that's fucking for the rent. All on another nigga dick. Hair ain't none with the inch. Do it on his face with a fizz. I'm a boss tycoon with the shit. Run it up, print it up, big bucks. Try your luck, none of my bitches been touched. See on my lips, take a little sip, privacy on the door, I'ma make this shit grip. A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type, nigga, that's my type. 8-inch bagel, that's the pipe. Bad bitch, I'ma ride a dick all night. A rich nigga, 8-figure, that's my type. That's my type, nigga, that's my type. 8-inch bagel, that's the pipe. That's my type, nigga, that's my type.
Woo! I know who's still here. Bye, everyone.